Big news, DeepSeek R1, the Chinese AI model, is now officially the #1 productivity app on iOS, beating ChatGPT, which has fallen to second place. And it's a wake-up call for US businesses.
The release of DeepSeek AI from a Chinese company should be a wake-up call for our industries that we need to be laser-focused on.
This was the week that DeepSeek roiled the markets. The Chinese AI startup caused a tech sell-off that sent NVIDIA shares down 11% on the week, Microsoft down 6%.
So, what's really happening here? Is this the end for ChatGPT, or is DeepSeek R1 just the latest overhyped trend? In today's video, we'll put these AI giants head-to-head and check the output of all of these features one by one. I suggest you not to miss the results, especially the game performance and custom website designs. If that sounds exciting, hit that subscribe button and let's dive in. DeepSeek has just introduced its open-source AI reasoning model, R1, which directly competes with OpenAI's O1 in terms of performance. Take a look at this benchmark comparison. The dark blue represents R1 and the dark gray is O1. Their performance is almost neck and neck, but when you consider that R1 is completely free, that's seriously impressive. Now let's dive into a head-to-head evaluation of DeepSeek and ChatGPT, starting with the first feature, logical reasoning. First up, I asked this question: which is heavier, a pound of feathers or a pound of bricks? There are two options available: DeepSeek R1 for reasoning problem and search from web. I selected DeepSeek R1 model for this question, and it began analyzing the reasoning behind it. Okay, so the question is asking which is heavier, a pound of feathers or a pound of bricks. At first glance, this seems like a trick question. I mean, they both are measured as a pound, right? So logically, they should weigh the same, but maybe there's something more to it. After 21 seconds of thought, the answer provided was that they weigh the same. Both a pound of feathers and a pound of bricks are equal in weight, with a really good explanation. Then I asked the same question to ChatGPT, and wait, ChatGPT also provide us this search and reason options, which is a new update after the DeepSeek launch. So for a fair comparison, I will select reason. Anyways, I ended up with correct answer that they both weigh the same in just few seconds. Next, I asked DeepSeek this puzzle: if a plane crashes on the border of the United States and Mexico, where do they bury the survivors? R1 processed the question and took 13 seconds to answer that you don't bury survivors. Survivors are alive, so they wouldn't need to be buried. Then I asked the same question to ChatGPT and got the exactly same answer, which is actually great. Overall, both models excelled in logical reasoning with speed, accuracy, and solid explanations. Now let's move on to the next feature, mathematics problem solving. For example, I asked DeepSeek, find the log of 32 to the base 4. It analyzed the question and took 20 seconds of thinking time, and the solution it provided was cleared and explained step by step with an answer. Again, I asked the question to ChatGPT, and it answered the same question quickly and with similar accuracy. Another math question I tested was this: find the roots of the equation z squared plus 4z plus 13 equals 0 in the complex plane. Considering it a complex maths question, DeepSeek took around 22 seconds to provide the roots with a well-explained solution. Look at the logics. It did not skip any single step and went into each detail. Even I understand the solution. On the other hand, ChatGPT also provided an accurate and detailed solution. So again, both models passed with flying colors, showcasing strong mathematical problem-solving skills. Next, we tested both tools with some coding tasks. For example, I asked DeepSeek to write the code for a snake game in HTML. Considering the complexity of this task, DeepSeek impressively generated a long HTML code in just 22 seconds. The code came with a detailed explanation of what the game does, such as control the snake's movement using the arrow keys. What stood out was the Run HTML feature in DeepSeek, which allowed the code to run directly within the tool. And wow, the snake game was ready to play. I am actually enjoying the game. It has smooth controls and responsive speed. Oops, Anyways, let's move on. Next, I gave the same task to ChatGPT. It also produced accurate, well-documented code. However, I cannot see any Run HTML button within ChatGPT. So I then tested the code on an external console where it generated the game, but I couldn't control it using the keys, not at all. To push the limits, I asked both tools to write the code for a Flappy Bird game in HTML. This was a more challenging request. Once again, DeepSeek generated the code in just 13 seconds, accompanied by clear play instructions. I ran the code, but I am unable to play it. I ask R1 to regenerate the code, and of course it generates the game again. This time, when I click on the Run HTML button, the game worked perfectly, smooth play, and functionality. It was actually quite fun. On the other hand, ChatGPT repeated the same pattern. While it provided a well-documented code, it couldn't run it within its environment. And testing the code on an external site showed the game, but once again, the controls didn't work. In conclusion, both tools demonstrated impressive capabilities in handling coding tasks, with DeepSeek excelling in speed, functionality, and execution. Unfortunately, ChatGPT fell short when it came to running and controlling the generated games, leaving room for improvement in this area. Next, we tested both tools on their website creation capabilities. I provided the scenario. I have a US-based tourist company. Please create an engaging, colorful website for me. DeepSeek start processing the command and generated an HTML code for the website, resulting in a basic structure. These buttons are actually clickable and it's a single-page website. However, it lacks images and further optimization. Let's check. I am providing the reference images. Will R1 now add the images? It actually add an image with clickable buttons. However, this is just a general website idea. Similarly, ChatGPT generated an HTML code, which, when pasted into an external site, produced this website. This is also clickable, but ChatGPT did not add an image even after providing reference. I personally like the overall concepts by both tools in their designs as it give a solid starting point. Next, we test both tools with sensor content. I asked both AIs, is Taiwan an independent country? Explain the history of Taiwan and China's relationship. DeepSeek, being a Chinese model, couldn't answer this at all. Sorry, I'm not sure how to approach this type of question yet. Let's chat about math, coding, and logic problems instead. ChatGPT, on the other hand, gave a detailed, balanced explanation. ChatGPT clearly outperformed DeepSeek in addressing controversial topics. Next, we check privacy concerns. If you're concerned about privacy, but still want to leverage DeepSeek R1, you can actually run it locally because it's open source, and you can download and use the Ollama app to run this R1 model on a local server. So all your questions and interactions remain completely private rather than on the cloud. Just keep in mind, it's a huge model, so you'll need some serious hardware to pull this off. ChatGPT, on the other hand, is not open source and requires an internet connection, meaning you can't run it offline. Therefore, DeepSeek wins in privacy due to its open source offline capabilities. Finally, let's compare pricing. DeepSeek R1 is completely free to use, which is a massive advantage. In contrast, ChatGPT's free plan has limits, and you need to upgrade for paid subscription for unlimited GPT-4 access. So DeepSeek takes the win for pricing with free unlimited access. In conclusion, both DeepSeek R1 and ChatGPT have their unique strengths and weaknesses. DeepSeek excels in running code directly, ensuring privacy with its open source offline model, and remains completely free, making it highly accessible and cost-effective. So choose DeepSeek for functionality and affordability, and ChatGPT for balanced general AI. But the bigger story here is DeepSeek AI shakes Silicon Valley as China's low-cost model outperforms US tech giants as tech stock market bleeds $1 trillion in value, and NVIDIA create a heist by losing almost $600 billion in one day. However, no other company has suffered so much in the history of America.
China's latest AI breakthrough has leapfrogged the world.
DeepSeek, and yesterday it became the most downloaded. I think we should take the development out of China very, very seriously.
If you also want to explore these AI bots, I have added a link of both in the description below. What do you think? Will DeepSeek R1 dominate, or is ChatGPT still a king? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into AI tools.